Apple tried to buy Stargate, Star Trek, everything sci-fi. Could it even be remotely true? Welcome to Sci-Trek, your sci-fi TV and movie channel. For a while now, Apple TV has been trying to get a big sci-fi franchise for Apple TV Plus. They have the Foundation series, which is bloody brilliant. They have the Silo series that starts May 5th, which has some serious heavyweight actors in it. Will Patton, Rebecca Ferguson, Tim Robbins. This, again, is a big sci-fi project. And I've been hearing rumors for a long time, though, that they're trying to get their claws into other big, already existing franchises. Now, they have actually already ordered things like a Speed Racer TV series. I actually think that'd be quite cool. I hope they don't quite go the full camp mode that they did for the movie a few years ago, but it could actually be a lot of fun. I've told you before that they've been inquiring and want to get their hands on The Expanse and would love to buy the TV rights from Amazon. And in about a year's time, when Amazon's current option for The Expanse ends, it's very possible we may get to see a couple of movies, a series, or something. But I'm hearing rumors as well that they've been inquiring about big existing franchises. Now, the first time I heard that they actually were interested in doing a Star Trek series, I was initially a little skeptical. But actually, if you think about it, it's what Paramount has been doing for the last bloody decade. All of the new Trek, pretty much all of it, has been done in cooperation with somebody else. Picard was done in cooperation with Amazon. The first couple of seasons of Discovery were done in cooperation with Netflix. Now, it's been done more Paramount based in the last few years, but Paramount does have large debts. And maybe they don't want all of the Star Trek series to actually be on one place because, that saturates the market. I'm absolutely certain Paramount wouldn't mind an injection of cash for one or two series to maybe be done in cooperation with Apple. That any new series would appear on Paramount first, and then maybe on the next day it would appear on Apple internationally. Who knows? But I've also heard rumors recently that had me a little bit surprised and a bit confused is that apparently Apple have inquired also about Stargate. They would love to take on some part of a wider franchise that I spoke about in the previous video. Now, this is firmly in the rumor category. And apparently this was raised in a meeting between Apple and Amazon executives as nothing more than a, would you? We might. How much would it cost? We don't know, sort of way. It was no formal negotiation, and it really was just a conversation. But it's a conversation that might make sense. Now, in the previous video, I talked about there are big plans for Stargate. They want to really rival Star Trek with the Stargate program that they're setting up. They're even doing a cinematic movie, apparently. So, big plans. And the Stargate universe is massive. So, what I'm hearing is that the conversation wasn't that any new Stargate series, like a main series, like the Prime series, would go on MGM Plus and Amazon Prime. But there could be sort of like an offshoot series, something that complements the series that could potentially appear on Apple. Now, I actually don't hate this idea in some ways, because if it meant that another company came in and bought a television show, we'd get more Stargate. There's only so much money Amazon are going to spend on it themselves. They need partners. Now, I've told you before that they're looking at, say, maybe Sony or somebody like that as a production partner. But that wouldn't actually give them a lot of money, per se, because Sony don't own their own streaming service. So, but something like Apple, where they would potentially just be a customer, where they would say, we would love to commission a Stargate series on the Jaffa Nation, off the top of my head. That would give us more Stargate. And actually, I don't hate that idea. But why would Apple do this? Projects like Foundation and Silo actually, even though they're based on novels, they're original projects. They're not part of a wider franchise. Well, Apple are cash rich. They have the money to do this. But what they want is they want that golden ticket franchise, a TV show that will actually bring people across. Now, Silo is a big budget TV show and people will want to watch it. But the chances are it's not going to actually attract many new subscribers. There aren't going to be people that are going to actually actively go out of their way to get Apple to watch it. If they've got it already, they probably will watch it and probably love it. Ted Lasso is one of those shows that people have actually gone out of their way to get Apple TV to watch. I know because I did. A big TV show based around the universe of Star Trek or Stargate or something similar would do that. And there's a big rumor that it's very possible that Babylon 5 will actually end up on Apple TV Plus because Apple are willing to pay for it. Warner Brothers are quite happy to let them. So sci-fi fans, in the next decade, you might need to get Apple TV Plus. And I know a lot of you aren't very happy about that idea. At the end of the day, right now, Apple TV Plus are the only streaming service that are cash rich. They have the money to spend and they desperately want a tentpole franchise. These existing franchises like Star Trek, Stargate, and so on are kind of considered safe bets. That's why the studios are bringing them back. It's why they brought Star Trek back. It's why TV studios make so many reboots, remakes, and reimaginings in the first place, because these projects come with a ready-made audience. And that's what Apple are desperate for, that ready-made audience that will follow the TV show to their streaming service. Guys, what do you think about this? I know there's a lot of you out there that really don't like Apple as a company, and on moral grounds, you wouldn't get this streaming service. But what do you think about the idea of like a side project of Stargate being purchased by Apple, still produced by MGM, but paid for by Apple? More Stargate equals more happiness, right? Get into the comments and tell me exactly what you think. If you are new to the channel, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. It really helps us out. And you can go to patreon.com/SciTrek, where for a small fee that supports the channel each month, you get to see most of our new videos first, and you get to see them without the adverts. As always, please stay safe, and I'll see you next time.